did a layover day, so we got here day 5 on this little island. We stayed all through day 6. Last night it rained a little bit, just a slight little drizzle. Brian decided to burn all the wood that he collected. We thought I'd check in, Brian. How's the body feeling?
Body's feeling pretty good. Had a little bit of fatigue from not oaring very much in the past, so having a day off and letting those muscles rest help a lot. And nice fire helps too.
Yeah, and I echo that. I got hurt a couple days earlier rowing, just my back locked up real bad. So just some advice, if you're new to rowing and you're going to do this do-it-yourself trip, maybe spend a little time in the gym specifically rowing. Dan, we'll check in on you. You row for a living. How's your back doing?
I'm fine.
And here's our bear watcher, Mike. That's good. How's your body feeling?
Fantastic.
It looks fantastic.
Chicks out here are really digging me.
You're bringing camo and compression pants. If they weren't back in style, they are going to be the style. I know everybody asked us about bears before we were getting ready for this trip, so I thought I'd have Dan explain what we're doing for bear protection.
So I've been carrying this 10mm on my hip. It was recommended. It's got a 220 grain solid lead bullet in it. I'm no expert on trying to kill a bear, and I hope I never have to. That said, if I were doing this trip over, this is compact and I carry it, and so it's on me all the time, but I would feel completely comfortable with nothing but bear spray. I really would. These bears, we've seen a whole bunch of them. I don't know how many have we seen now, maybe 12. But yeah, all that said, I'd feel completely comfortable with just nothing but some pepper spray. And I think maybe one firearm in camp at least would be a good idea.
Yeah, and I'd say the 10mm for me is just giving me some confidence when I go to bed at night.
Yep,
I just got it under my cot just in case I hear something crazy. That's our thought on bears in Alaska, Southeast Alaska. At least our experience on this trip.
Mike's fighting a good sockeye. There's a big grizzly just down there. I don't know if you can see it.
Fighting a salmon with the grizzly bear.
All right, Brian, well, thanks for cooking up this little heater for us. The reason I had Dan explain what we were doing for protection is we had a camp encounter today, and Mike is here living to tell about it. So what'd you see this morning, Mike?
All right, I think it's about 5:30, and if you want to pan right to that little deadfall that's just about the river, whatever.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked up there, and I must have startled the bear because I was taking care of my business, and it ran across the river. I said, Dan, there's a bear. And I mean, he's literally 50 yards from your guys' tent.
But he reacted to your voice in a positive way?
Yeah, he didn't want any part of us. He went to the other side of the river.
Did it scare you at all?
It did a little bit. And I figured that your guys' tent was closer to them, so he'd get you before me.
Oh, I don't like camping with experienced guys. Is going to get me killed.
Did you hear the gulls this morning screaming?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
That was upriver here.
Okay, that's.
I think that bear was fishing up through here. This channel behind us is so full of salmon.
Thanks for scaring him off, Mike.
You're welcome.
Saved my life.
Yep. Add that one to the list. Okay, we're setting sail. Day number 7, looking for silver salmon.
Rated all over no matter where you went.
Check out this bad boy. We were going through this, and it was a little gnarly, so I didn't video it. This is a big boy.
Doing okay, Brian? Yep. Just careful.
Woohoo!
See that bad boy? Whoa.
Choose your own adventure. 1, 2, 3.
Rated channel. Bear tracks and junk.
So it's pretty cool. These side channels, you could stop at any one of them and catch, you know, Dolly Varden all day long, it seems like. Dan worked a couple of these pockets and pulled a few nice fish out while we were just kind of taking a break. Good day. You got to keep the guy on the oars happy, right, Dan?
Yeah, you do.
You can't let him just row all day nonstop. If it looks cold and sounds windy, it's because it's cold and windy today. So we're fishing, you can see it's deep water here and it slopes in. He wants me right on the edge. There we go. Go east or go west. It's all up for you to decide. Oh, where are you going, buddy? We're in a braid in the lower third of the Kanektok right now, and it is full of fish. I'm not recording barely anything. Just one after another.
You got another one. Huh.
He's on fire over there. Brian's a fly fisherman. I think this kind of water, Dan, could turn anybody into a fly fisherman. Take a scoop. Do what you gotta do.
Unbelievable. There we go. That's what I just need to stand up and do it like that. And then scoop him in like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
About 4 dollies just chased this rainbow, tried to eat the egg off of his face.
This fishing's insane. Oh, what a beauty, Dan.
Yeah, look how pretty it is up there.
Goodness sakes, man. I'm glad.
I sight fished this. I looked down and was like, oh, there's one. And
So we got a little eddy here. I'll explain where you'd put that.
oh, just there's a little bit of an edge right here. Then
Yeah.
there's a bunch of salmon up there. So I thought, oh, there's probably, you watch, I bet you I get a dolly next right up there.
All right, I'm gonna keep rolling. I'm not gonna cut the film here. This is keeping it real, canal lifestyle. Don't let the viewers down. So I'll put a timer on that, Dan, on the video.
Yeah. There's more dollies chasing him right there. Dolly, cast number 2.
All right.
See if we get one on cast number.
Let's keep the counter going.
You can tell if you're fishing when there's bear traps.
We like to fish where we find the grizzly bear tracks. The reality is, where you go, there's grizzly bear tracks. We've been out here for 7 days so far, and we've only had 2 grizzly bears in our campsite. Both of them went away no problem.
Oh, does that count?
Yeah, that counts, Dan.
Yeah.
That's actually harder to angle that.
Oh, I caught Nemo. Sorry, buddy.
That's the second little fry we've caught today.
3rd.
Is it the 3rd?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm still running. You're tangled. Even the pros get tangled, people. They just get untangled a lot quicker. All right, he's on a timer. How fast can he catch 3 fish? No, a little one. Is he gonna get bigger?
Okay. Pretty. That's a grayling.
Grayling. 3 species
3 species.
with the clock running, Dan. I'll let you land this one here, and we'll say goodbye to this experiment. We wanted fly fishing of a lifetime, and I think we're getting it.
Yeah.
All right. I stopped it because we were going to only stop at 3 fish, but now we're 5 for 5, so I had to turn it back on again.
Yeah.
There goes that man again. So something I've been doing is just leaving him in the net like this, grabbing the line, getting the hook. See, he's just chilling. Hooks out, dump. I got at least 50 today, I think, Dan. I think that's being conservative.
Yeah, I do too.
And I'm just learning now. I'm learning that's a pretty effective way to get them off quick, because they go crazy when you grab them. I don't want to hurt their slime layer and all that. Leave them in the net, pull the line tight, find the hook, boom. I'm using a Sage Igniter 5-weight. I borrowed this from my brother, and I got a Sage Spectrum LT reel. Seems to be doing work on some beautiful fish out here. The line is called Real Gold.
It's funny to me that people, that's nice.
Nice rainbow.
It's funny to me that people will spend up on rods and reels, but then they go cheap on line.
Yeah.
If anything, if you go cheap on rods and reels and spend up, always buy a good premium.
So you think line's more important than rod and reel?
The most important thing in the whole casting equation.
Get in here, buddy. Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Yeah, good rainbow.
Nice rainbow. All right, buddy. She gone. All right, the engine needs some fuel. I'm gonna go in, fueling up. Mountain Dew time.
Mountain Dew.
How's that tasting?
Refreshing.
You just take a fork, scoop in a piece of salmon, rice with mushroom in it, with our Dolly Varden. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thanks for getting the fire.
Well, the end of another beautiful day, sitting around the fire.
So the reason Brian and I are doing the wrap up is Dave's fighting with a back injury, and he's actually been fighting it for a few days now. So he went to bed early, tried to get rested up, be okay for tomorrow. He caught a lot of fish just sitting in the front of the raft. So Mike and I rode all day. We caught out of the mountains, and it's lower country, and the river's bigger. I mean, it's beautiful. I caught a king salmon today. That was pretty cool. Just accidentally on trout gear. That was pretty fun.
Yep. And I personally caught 30, 40 fish. There were times that probably 5 casts in a row that you had a fish on the line, and so that's pretty exciting. That's fun.